Alright, so here we are, one of the elephants. Cool thing about these guys is that they have really long trunks, and that's cool.
20 years ago today, a man went to the zoo and the world was changed forever. Today is the 20th anniversary of me at the zoo, a video uploaded by a channel called Jord, owned by one of YouTube's original founders, and it was the first one ever uploaded to this platform. That video has been discussed millions upon millions of times, but whatever happened to the next creators on the platform? After Jord, to make YouTube what it is now, there must have been a second channel and a third. So what happened to them? What happened to the original channels of YouTube that nobody ever talks about? In this video, to celebrate 20 years since me at the zoo, I want to walk you down the original 20 founding fathers of YouTube so we can take a glimpse into the very first channels on the site, starting with the very first, Jord. So Jord was the very first channel on YouTube, and I've actually discussed him before in my video about YouTube's infamous deleted content, which you can watch after this video ends. But in case you haven't seen it already, TLDR, me at the zoo was not Jord's only video, even though it seems like that these days. It was their first, but they also uploaded a second video to the website, and an estimated 98 more between April 2005 and January 2010. About 20 of these have been recovered, and most of them are either PSAs from the 1940s and 50s, or aviation videos. I also revealed in that video that less than an hour after me at the zoo was uploaded, Jord uploaded a video of a person rolling down a hill. This video is now the oldest one to ever be deleted, and is suspected to be the second video ever put onto YouTube. In terms of the person behind Jord, that would be this man right here. I think his name is actually pronounced Javed Karim and not Jord Karim, but that would also mean that his channel is pronounced Javed, and I've always known it as Jord, so that's just how I'm going to call it. But in case you don't know his story, the now 45-year-old founded YouTube alongside Chad Hurley and Steve Chen. The trio sold YouTube to Google in November 2006 for $1.65 billion, and Javed Karim has seemingly kept a low profile ever since. Apparently, he started a venture fund called Y Ventures, which helps university students launch their businesses, and he changes the description to me at the zoo every now and then to give his thoughts on YouTube and the world around him. Most recently, it was changed to a statement about microplastics. But he's just one of the 20 that we'll be discussing today to celebrate 20 years since the first video was uploaded. Still to come, we have a founding channel that sold its soul, and my conspiracy theory about the first ever edited YouTube video. In fact, throughout this video, we'll have plenty of conspiracy theories about the earliest days of the platform and the users who populated it. Also, make sure to stay to the very end of the video because I'm going to bust the mystery of the second video ever uploaded to YouTube. I think I know exactly who uploaded it. Speaking of which, let's move on to the second channel ever, and the first one that, as far as we know, wasn't created by one of the platform's original founders. This is MW, who uploaded the second oldest surviving YouTube video, My Snowboarding Skills. Whoever this person is, it's very likely that he no longer has access to this channel. The video has no description, it doesn't look like he's ever replied to anyone, he doesn't even have a channel description or custom URL. In all likelihood, this is probably the oldest ever abandoned channel. I could however find this screenshot from the channel taken back in 2011 that might give us some clues behind it. Firstly, this person had 2 friends on YouTube. Back in the day, you could add friends just like on Facebook. And one of these friends was Jord. So maybe he was added because he uploaded the second video, or maybe, and potentially more likely, he knew him in real life. Secondly, it seems as though he might have wanted to sell the channel because people were giving him offers. Aside from that, MW is largely a mystery. By the way, I don't think I'd be paying my fair dues to YouTube if I didn't do exactly what this platform was designed for and share. So every single channel that I'm going to mention today will be linked in the description if it's still up and active. A few of them have been terminated and we'll get to why in a little bit, but in case you want to check them out, every single channel is going to be linked in the description. And whilst you're down there, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to me if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. As a small channel, it would really help me. It would really help boost this video if you enjoy it. So please make sure like and subscribe. With that said, the third channel ever created was called Tuna Fat. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the oldest channel to ever be banned from YouTube. It was created on the 24th of April 2005, so literally the day after Jord's, but it got banned in mid-2011 after it got hacked. Fortunately though, we do have an archive of what their channel looked like. A channel of the name ThisVintageGirl somehow was able to find a screenshot of it from back in 2009. At that time, they had about 12 videos up and 42 subscribers. But then I noticed something curious about the channel. City, San Francisco, age 30, name Steve. This channel was owned by none other than Stephen Chen, one of the original founders of YouTube. It was on this channel that he uploaded what could be considered the third video of all time, titled Flambe Disaster.
I'm gonna put it in, and then like 3 seconds later or something.
Alright, we only got like 25 seconds of footage left. Alright. Oh baby. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
And there's a few things about this video. If I'm not mistaken, this could be the oldest video to ever be deleted by YouTube rather than the creator that uploaded it, since Jord's videos were taken down by him. Technically, this is the first ever cooking video to be uploaded to YouTube, and I think that's kind of cool. On to number 4, this is Kaizenamzen, who, if I'm not mistaken, is the very first channel to have at one point uploaded content, but has since scrubbed all of their videos. It also seems to be the oldest channel to have since changed their name, as they now go as Tupac. I had a little fan theory about this person though, because according to a screenshot of their channel, they were at one point following Jord, and they were in San Francisco in one of their videos, so I thought maybe they knew one of the original founders, or maybe they were one of them on an alt account. I also found that they used to have an anime profile pic, but that's besides the point. As it turns out, this channel was owned by a person called Brent, and I think that Brent is actually Brent Hurley, younger brother of Chad Hurley, one of the 3 original founders. Brent was apparently one of the first 25 employees at PayPal and is described as a YouTube founding team member, but his is a name that very few people have even heard of. He literally has only 2,000 followers on Twitter, despite arguably being one of the most important people in the history of the internet. As for what he's been doing since, he's been an investor and an advisor since YouTube's acquisition, leaving the site in 2009. After Brent came Chad Hurley, Brent's older brother, and one of the original founders. But here's something a little bit concerning. Chad Hurley is an AI bro now. Over the past month, he's been uploading AI videos, and I have to assume that he hasn't been hacked because he's linked them on his Twitter. Chad definitely seems to be the most outwardly involved with YouTube still. He was recently in a Max Fosh video, and he's spoken about the platform more than the other founders, but his AI obsession really sucks. And speaking of brothers, the 6th oldest channel on YouTube is called Ilias, and it's owned by Javed's brother, Ilias Kareem. He reportedly uploaded several videos back in the late 2000s, including one called Don Cheadle Hates White Milk. He apparently unlisted many of these videos, which then became private afterwards. Looking Ilias up online, he might as well just be a ghost. He has a very minimal presence on the internet. This is probably the best video I could find of him, and it's apparently him back in 2024 eating ramen for some reason. No idea why this was uploaded to the internet, but hey ho. Ilias also uploaded what's thought to be the 7th video ever, which is called Badass Snowboarding. It has copyrighted music, so I can't play the audio, but I do think it's strange that this was the 7th video ever uploaded to YouTube, and it was already the 2nd snowboarding video. Call me a conspiracy theorist, but there could be reason to suspect that the person behind MW was actually Ilias Kareem all along. Or maybe it's just a coincidence. YouTube's 7th channel is Samir, and they know that they're the 7th oldest channel, mentioning it in their description. Samir uploaded a bunch of Photoshop tutorials and then took a 10-year hiatus before uploading again a few months ago. According to the earliest Wayback Machine screenshots I could find, it seems as though she used to go by All Blue, was an emo, and was from Italy. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first channel owned by a woman, the first European channel, and they could also be the first channel that didn't know the founders. It just depends on who MW was. Did they know Javed, Steve, and Chad? But as for Samir, they have a bunch of firsts. So after Samir came Melliecat, and unfortunately I wrote, recorded, and edited an entire segment about Melliecat, but for some reason it's just not in the file, I couldn't find it, and my autosave has gone past where it would be. And I'm really crunched for time right now, so unfortunately the Melliecat segment is gone. Luckily, the only noteworthy thing about her is that she liked YTPs. Aside from that, she was apparently in San Francisco at some point, so she might have known the original founders, but I'm not too sure. So for Melliecat, that's all you need to know. The 9th and 10th channels ever created were Bootiechrist and GPape, both of which were apparently hacked and then terminated by YouTube. In terms of Bootiechrist, they apparently made YouTube's first dance video. This was apparently the 4th oldest video on YouTube, but given rolling down a hill and flambe disaster, it could be number 6. As for GPape, I couldn't find basically anything on the channel. Apparently it was terminated in and around mid-2010, but the earliest Wayback Machine screenshots I could find were from after that, so by that point it was already gone. Number 11 was reportedly Sphotof, who made a video back in June 2011 saying that videos were coming soon. They never uploaded again, despite them saying in the channel description that new videos were coming. Aside from that, not much is known about Sphotof. But the 12th oldest channel on YouTube might answer a mystery. This is Mike Greenfield, known on YouTube as MWG1378. I have no backing for this claim, but I think that Mike Greenfield is the person behind the MW channel. The reason I think this is that their names, to me, are too similar to be a coincidence. The problem though is that there's another YouTuber called Mike Greenfield, so it's quite tough to research him. MW was apparently 34 in 2009, which would make him roughly 49 now. The question is, does this guy look 49? This picture might have been taken a few years ago, but he fits the age profile roughly, at least I think he does, but who he is, how he found YouTube, and whether or not he knows the founders, I can't tell you. I think the mystery of MW goes much deeper than it first seemed. Number 13 is GP, who is surely the same person as GPape. GP uploaded what's thought to be the 3rd video ever put onto YouTube, known as Tribute.
Very nice.
Sources I've found debate this though, as some say that Flambe Disaster was number 3, but since it's deleted now, it's tough to verify. Whatever the case, this is the 3rd oldest video of all time that's still up on YouTube without being re-uploaded. On to numbers 14 and 15, we have Burt Hoovis and Rwohare, both of which have now been terminated. So for starters, Burt Hoovis might as well be a ghost. I couldn't find anything on Burt Hoovis on the internet. It seems as though their channel was deleted before it could be archived. As for Rwohare though, it does seem as though their channel was archived by someone of the name AnimeFreak85. So AnimeFreak85, shout out to you. This was their channel in 2011. By this point, they hadn't been active in a year, and it seems as though they didn't have any videos. The 16th oldest channel is ThisVintageGirl, who is actually one of the most interesting channels we have today because they know they're the 16th oldest, and their content was actually archiving old channels. I was actually able to use their videos for some of the clips and footage that you're seeing in this. So if ThisVintageGirl sees this, shout out to you for help with this video. But moving on, number 17 is Hurlex, who I suspect could potentially be related to the Hurley brothers given the channel's name. It's suspiciously close. It seems as though he once upon a time had content on YouTube, but these days his videos have been taken down. What I think is interesting is that the 7th, 9th, and 11th oldest channels, Samir, Bootiechrist, and Sphotof, were all at a point in time subscribed to him, but in fairness, I guess if there are only 17 channels on the platform, the likelihood is that there would be some crossover in subscription. Whatever the case, his videos today have been taken down, but his channel is still standing. As for number 18, we have someone of the name Corey Martinez, who goes under the username NerdTourist. Corey is one of the most prolific early channels in terms of uploads. He's got a treasure trove of content, but only 130 subscribers, which tells me either people don't care about the 18th oldest channel on the platform, or maybe they do, but they just don't know his channel's credentials. The 19th oldest account on YouTube is yet another terminated one. At a point in time, many moons ago, it used to go by Cabmobile, but in May 2013, it was deleted for good. Before it was though, it had 3,000 subscribers and made some riveting content. Whoever this person was didn't seem to like the police, but did seem to be somewhat of a memer. That said, their channel has now been terminated for a reason that I couldn't find. It's very possible that just like a lot of these channels, it was hacked and later terminated by YouTube. That would be my best guess. On to 20, this channel is still up and active. Because he was the 20th person on YouTube, he could literally make his channel username Pool. He uploaded a video called Premature Baldness on the 29th of April 2005. It's the first ever video to be over a minute in length, and is the first ever edited video to be put up on the site. Years after his channel's creation, Paul would upload several more videos as he attempted to become an Olympian in a series that was incomplete. All things considered, he's lived a very successful life, going on to become an accomplished entrepreneur. But I do have a small conspiracy theory about Paul that I don't think a lot of people know. And that's that he knew the original founders of the sites. The reason I think this is that, first of all, he's 47 years old, which is very close in age to Javed, Stephen and Chad, and while Stephen Chen and Javed Karim both studied at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, Paul was educated at the exact same place. According to their Wikipedia pages, both Stephen Chen and Paul Bragiel both left university in 1999. And if he didn't know them back then, he definitely knows them now. For instance, Javed Karim apparently joined him while traveling to foreign countries to talk about startups, and he has links to Stephen Chen as recently as 10 months ago, so while he did make the first video longer than a minute, and the first edited video, I think that Paul was a friend of at least Chen and Karim. Now, I don't know if you guys think that YouTube anthropology is as interesting as I do, because I'm a YouTuber, of course I do. I think this is really, really interesting. If you did think that was a bombshell, I'm going to do you one better, because I was able to find the identity of MW. I think I know exactly who it is. So remember back in the video where I was talking about Mike Greenfield, I thought that it was suspicious that his username is so close to MW, it's MWG or something like that. Upon editing this, I was able to stumble across a video of Mike Greenfield, one with literally a couple of hundred views, that I think might just hold the answer to all of MW's mysteries. In the video, Mike Greenfield said this.
I mean, the way that I see my career, I was a data scientist early on, working on data problems within startups at PayPal and then at LinkedIn, at PayPal.
So this man, who created the 12th ever channel and has a suspiciously similar username to the second channel ever created, worked at PayPal when it was just a startup. Where have you heard this before? Javed, Stephen and Chad's brother also worked at PayPal when it was just a startup. They were some of the original members of PayPal. To me, this seems like near irrefutable proof that Mike Greenfield knew the founders of YouTube and therefore is the person behind the second video ever uploaded to this platform. Daily Dot, Sportskeeda, Dexerto, write about this in your articles, boys, because I seriously think that I have discovered the person behind the second channel ever made, which I think is pretty damn cool. So with that said, I'll keep this brief. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And also, I'd like to say a sincere, heartfelt, happy birthday to YouTube. 20 years is insane. Thank you to all of you guys that let me do this for my job, I guess. Thank you so much. With that said, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.